Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shark and welcome to the best place for Gear Chronicle fans. So if you guys don't know, one of my favorite archetype in Gear Chronicle is Zodiac Time Beast. Yeah, it's one of my favorite and it's probably never going to come into V-Series because of obvious reason, since it's probably going to end soon anyway. I'm very sad by that, and now that we are not getting much Gear Chronicle support until the all overdressed thing is like addressed, so I have taken a liberty of creating my own Zodiac Time Beast custom card. So you might ask, what do you mean by this? Well, what I mean is that I have taken the original 12 Zodiac Time Beasts and make them into a V-Series version with kinda new style, but even though they're still focusing on binding, basically that. But yeah, I taken the original 12, not only just because it just fit with all the themes since they have all the 12 Zodiac right there, and also I think all the 12 Zodiac Time Beasts, the 12th original one, they all have very unique and cool design. So yeah, I'm gonna be showcasing all the Zodiac Time Beasts I have made. I only make 6 so far, 5 of them being in the original 12 and one of them being a grade 4, which is Avenir Phoenix. But yeah, I'll be showcasing you guys and showing you guys some gameplay I did with my friend. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you like more, then I will create the rest of the 7 other Zodiac Time Beasts and showcase in another video. Or maybe at a time, maybe 2 more next week or something like that. And then maybe more grade 4. Something like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get started. So for our first CTB, I want to showcase, of course, the main grade 3 himself, Chronojet Dragon G. So his first skill is gonna be pretty obvious. It's continuing. This unit is always considered a Chronojet Dragon. Second skill is Act on Vanguard. Discard one or more card equal to the sum of grade 3 from your hand. If you do, bind a grade 4 Zodiac Time Beast from your deck, shuffle your deck, and until the end turn, all your unit in your front row gain 2000 power for each card in your bind zone. Then if your opponent Vanguard is a grade 3 or greater, you may ride the card bound by this ability instead. And at the end of the turn, the bound unit bound the unit and then rode a Chronojet Dragon from the Silhouette Red. That's basically the gist of it. So basically kind of like a normal stride, but instead of just searching and riding right away, you bind it first, and then plus 2k to the front row, and then after that, if the opponent is a grade 3, you can ride the grade 4 Zodiac Time Beast. The reason I did this is because the grade 4 Zodiac Time Beast I made so far is a bit more OP than your average trial deck Phoenix. It's more on the same level as next stage, so that's why it's going to be a bit more fair with this restriction on. So this deck can only work second. If not, then you go first. You get a bind, basically. That's all it does. So yeah, let me introduce you guys to the next card now. So for the grade 4 I pick is Metapulsar Avenir Phoenix. At first I was planning for Split Pegasus, but there's no good image for it, so I decided to just go with Avenir. So Avenir have it in continuous on bind zone. All your background unit cannot be chosen by your opponent card effect and gain 1000 power. So this just provide a bit of protection if you use it before already, or if you're using Chronojet skill just to bind this on if you go first. But that's probably not going to be the case, but you know, just a little protection in the back row. And when they attack, you can counterblast 1, you can bind one of your rear guard face up. Look at the top 7 card of your deck, call up the 2 card with 1 grade higher than the unit bound by this ability, and they get plus 5000 power until the end of the turn. So this multi-attack ability is pretty specific, but it's very strong at the same time, since you get 2 extra attack if you're lucky. But it needs to be specifically 1 grade higher than the card bound, so most likely you're gonna bind a grade 1. Because grade 2 is a good chance, or maybe if you want to go broke, then you can bind a grade 0, or if you want to just risk it, you can bind a grade 2. But yeah, there's a bit of lucky chance with this card, but I think this multi-attack skill is still very strong. And also I gave the Avenir Phoenix a triple drive. I still think this card is pretty powerful, but not too overpowered to the fact. So that's why I kind of restrict it to be only able to, you know, ride after your opponent is already on grade 3. But yeah. So now I'm going to be introducing you guys to the supporting cast, because the other 2 cards so far are the main card and the grade 4 target. So for our first supporting, before I introduce you guys to the supporting cast, I'll tell that all of them have a very similar ability where in their second skill they gain additional effect if they have themselves bind in the bind zone. So that means like Chrono Beat Buffalo, if you have himself bind in the bind zone, then he gain a special effect. Basically, that's the main concept. So let's talk about Chrono Beat Buffalo first, since I already mentioned him. He's our grade 2 supporting card. He had 2 skill with first skill on auto, on Vanguard, and Rearguard. When placed, Counterblast 1, choose one of your unit not named Chrono Beat Buffalo. Search your deck and drop zone for up to 1 card with the same name as the chosen unit. Bind it face up, and this unit gain 5,000 power until end of turn, and if you bound a grade 2 or greater, you draw an extra card. His second skill is auto on Rearguard. During the battle that it attack, if you have a card with the same name as this unit in your bind zone, your opponent must call 2 or more cards at the same time when they would call a guardian from his hand. So basically, the second skill, his additional skill, is that if you have Chrono Beat Buffalo in the bind zone, then he would gain Battle Door. So yeah, I put the restriction that he cannot choose himself just because it might be a bit too OP if you can just counterblast, draw, gain 5k, and then get SX to Battle Door. So yeah, that's why I put the restriction there. He's a very good supporting cast, especially help you increase the bind zone while also gaining access to more skill for other unit. Very good card indeed. So let's get to the next supporting cat. So our second support cut is Chrono Claw Monkey. His first skill is auto on bind zone. At the end battle of your Vanguard attack, if the attack did not hit, you can Soul Blast one and discard a card. Call this card to Rearguard Circle, and this unit gain 10,000 power until the end of turn. This ability may only be used by the same card with the same name once a turn. And also its second skill is auto on Rearguard. At the end battle of this unit attack, you can bind this unit face up and draw a card. A good card since it can just recycle itself and then setting up the bind zone at the same time, and also give multi-attack for the first skill. That's why I put on the heart restriction, or else he might be a bit too powerful. And also discard a card so it helped with Chronotude and Rebel. So a very perfect card for Gear Chronicle. One thing that you guys might think about when looking at this card is like, oh, he doesn't have like the bind zone stuff, where if you have a Chrono Claw Monkey in your bind zone. Well, I was thinking of that, but there isn't really anything I could really put on him. I guess I could put that restriction on the second skill, but that might be a bit too much. I do want to keep that skill pretty free. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, I think he's fine for now. Yeah, it might be a bit weird that he's the only one who doesn't have that kind of restriction on his skill. But yeah. On our next card, we have Chrono Easto Jackal. He have 2 skill. First skill is auto on Vanguard. When placed, look at the top 7 card of your deck. Put up to 1 Chrono Jet Dragon from among them into your hand and shuffle your deck. If you put a card into your hand, you must bind a card from your hand face up. This is good so that, you can get Chrono Jet, main right target. And also, if you bind a card from your hand, of course, you can select binding since all the unit gain more ability by binding. And if you have like a Chrono Claw is still good. Monkey is still good even if it's bind. And then second skill is when this unit attack or boost, you can bind the top card of your deck. This unit gain 1,000 power for each card in your bind zone. Then if you have a card with the same name as this unit in your bind zone, you can put one of your opponent's rear cards to the bottom of the deck. A very easy skill again. Of course, gain more benefit if you have itself binding. And yeah, a bit of disruption here or there, and just to help the binding aspect a bit more. So let's go to the next card. So now we hit the last CTB unit I have made. His name is Chrono Charge Unicorn. When bound by your card ability, you can put up to 1 card from your bind zone and drop zone to the bottom of your deck. Then you can choose one of your unit and gain 5,000 power. Her second skill is continue on Rearguard. During your turn, if you have a card name with the same name as this unit in the bind zone, it gains 5,000 power. A 13k booster, that's probably what I use most of it for. But the second skill could come in handy in some situation. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this custom card video. I'm going to be showing you guys the gameplay later. But please tell me in the comments if you guys like this kind of idea. I'll probably just see it through the like. If you guys like this kind of idea, I'm probably going to be continuing making the rest of the CTB. But I don't know if I'll make a video about it. So I'll probably post it in my Discord. So if you guys are not in my Discord, then you can join it if you want. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe I can continue custom card video, but maybe on something else. Maybe you guys can send me some custom card for me to review or something like that. I want to know what you guys think of my CTB cards so far. I think I like the idea of having the same name in the bind zone. And yeah, and there are a lot of cards that can work with this. Like I said already, Rebel, Steam Breath, Chronotude. Those are the basic cards, but you could also now use Renovate with this deck. I tried it didn't work so well for me, but it might work differently. And maybe if you guys can make a good list of this, you can send me too, because I'm working on a good list, but so far it's more decent than anything. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay.